oh, it was Isaac Weishaupt that was talking about that. My apologies, Isaac, but he was talking about like Aleister Crowley, John Dee, and all that stuff, and then how like they're opening portals, they're talking to entities. Then suddenly this Book of Enoch shows up, and what does that mean? And like suddenly a book shows up, and what are your thoughts on the Book of Enoch?
Um, I think it holds a lot of truth to it. Now, it's from the Apocrypha, right? Like it's a extra canonical book, and it was interpreted. Now, all these ancient texts are interpreted. Who knows if they're 100%? But you can find these stories. The story of Azazel, you can find the similarities with Marduk, with him, Semyaza as well, who handed Solomon the heavenly arcana, right? That helped him build his temple. All this knowledge that he got was from Semyaza at the time being called Aza, right? The last part of his name being Semyaza. Um, then you have Shamsiel, the sun god Shamash. It's a lot of them, man. It's a lot of them. But there's theories, that the archangels were from the same kind of pantheon, maybe, but maybe were a little more benevolent, so to say. I'm still kind of looking into some of that right now. I have a show where we go into that, me and my co-host. Before that, was doing research for years, driving my wife crazy, just coming home every day like, hey, guess what I found out? And she's sitting there trying to take care of the kids and then stay sane as well because she's actually the one who got me into this stuff. But uh, just decided one day like, hey, I'm going to talk about this, right? I'm going to start something and hopefully it goes somewhere. And that was a year ago. I have a few shows I do. So Gray Pilled is just really my brand. Um, I have a show I do with my co-host Adrian West, who I actually heard for the first time on Mark's show. Um, we have Elohim Etymology that we do together. I also have a show with Thomas, the Paranoid American. It's a music show called Sound Science, where we have folks on. They pick out some albums. We talk about music. I'm a drummer, so it's something that's always been a part of my life. And I have a Sunday show I do every other Sunday. It's kind of like a degenerate news culture show. I don't know what to call it. Me and my co-host, Conspiracy Extremists, we hang out with the chat. We watch videos. We just kind of dick around, have a good time. That derived from a show called Cryptid Watch that I used to do, where I would watch cryptid videos with my audience, and eventually ran out of cryptid videos. You know, so and yeah, on Gray Pilled, I'll do some solo shows where I kind of come on and hang out. I'll do some deep dives. We just did a deep dive on the Phoenix, the symbolism of the Phoenix. Just did one on Saturn. Did one on Osiris around the inauguration day. That was fun. Do some esoteric book reviews where I'll kind of go through like a chapter or two of a Manly P. Hall book and talk about it, give my interpretation of it. Because a lot of stuff that I talk about, it is my interpretation. I've been getting some pushback lately on some stuff on Spotify,
Yeah, the
and
bigger you get, the more you're going to
that's
get people pushing back.
That's what I've been told. That's what I've been told. So I guess that's a good thing. But I tell people if you don't believe me, go look into it yourself and you know, see what you think about it. But yeah, man. Now a year later, I am hanging out with you guys on Tinfoil Hat, the show that really, was a huge influence in me starting Grey Pilled. So I appreciate you guys more than anything.
I love it, buddy, and thank you so much. And I hope the comments about your wife weren't taken the wrong way. We were
They
joking.
You can talk
So,
about her more, dude. It's
okay.
fine. She comes on and hangs out for some live streams, and my audience will just, I mean, they're the dangerous retards, right? So they
Yeah.
will tear her apart, and she pushes back, so she's
Why
doing a
would
good
they
job of
tear
it.
her apart? Even retards like hot chicks. It's just crazy to me. But back to you. How many podcasts you have? Because it looks like you're trying to take a shot at my world
No,
record of
I'm
seven
not, man.
podcasts.
There's okay, so the Elohim etymology that me and Adrian do. He wrote a book. Right here, I'm gonna grift this real. It's called Pantheon One: The Golden Veins. Him and his co-author Benson C. Saili from Africa, they have done research on, you could say, like the Anunnaki, the fallen, and are making their own little book about it, getting a lot deeper into a lot of these entities and explaining the origin stories of them. And we kind of take it episode per episode. We did one episode on Anu, one episode on Enlil, four episodes on Inky, or I would say he's Samael, the Lucifer archetype. And then we've been talking about Thoth and Marduk lately. We just kind of wrapped up with that. So we just kind of have fun with it, take a little bit of information from a lot of these ancient texts and kind of, see where we can find similarities, right? Because there's a lot of them. And and like I said, me and Thomas, we have our show Sound Science, which we're having Shane Cashman on here in a couple weeks.
Oh, he's
And
the best. I told
yeah,
him the other
man,
day he needs to try stand-up comedy. So
he is
his
funny.
tweets are so funny. Like he's
Yeah.
such an assassin. Oh my, yeah. And then like him and I were on Tim Pool, and I got Tim Pool a strike on TikTok for like nothing, for nothing. It's like
Well,
driving me
yeah, it's
crazy.
probably because it's you,
Thank you.
you're still
Thank
shadow banned.
you. Thank you. Finally, someone agrees with the voices in my head.
It's
Thank
your
you.
name. It's your name. They put your name in the title. They're gonna
I
they're
wouldn't
gonna look
doubt
at it.
it. And it's just going to cause me just to not get on anybody's shelves. They're like, why put Sam on? He's going to cause us chaos, which makes me sad. But, this is the journey we've chosen. Gray pill. What is it? There's a lot of controversy right now. White pill, some good people getting laid, getting named. Black pill, you know, some people getting
Right.
called, controlled opposition. Other people controlled opportunists. There's just so much chaos in this in our group. What are your thoughts on? Well, first of all, why gray pill? What'd you go? Why'd you go with that name? And what do you think of the white, the gray, and the black pill, and the red pill, the blue
Yeah.
pill, all
Yeah.
the pills?
Well, we when we're born, we're blue pilled, right? Like there's a whole process of that being indoctrinated. Then you're fed the red pill. You can reject it or you can take it. But once you get into this realm, kind of, you're already pilled. Uh, there's the white and the black pill. The white pill being like, kind of oblivious to any of the dark shit going on and just trusting the plan, so to say.
I
The
think
black
that
pill,
hold on. Let's
what's
break
up?
that down. I think white pill is full of hope that
Yes.
in the face of everything, you're going to it's all going to work out. We just got to go through it. The blue pill is I'm just deep throating everything that the elites are telling me. I'm just gawking and I'm just buying all of it.
Hmm.
The red pill is hey, there's people conspiring against us. We need to wake up and everyone and do something. And the black pill is there's no what is being sold, and this is why we want to get into it. Being sold as there's no hope. But
Right.
is that the black pill, or is the black pill like data research with no emotion? Is it just,
Like
hey,
Winnie
dude, this is
Webb.
what the data? Yeah, and again, we talked about it in the last episode, but Jason Bassler was brought up like, is that a CIA psyop to get even conspiracy theorists afraid to being called the black pill?
Yeah, man. I think it is a lot of doom and gloom, but when as y'all well know, when you get into these topics, there are a lot of things that, you need a strong stomach to handle, right? A lot of dark corners of the conspiracy world that a lot of people don't want to go. So you kind of black pill yourself in a way, but you still have to have hope. And I think I talk about this a lot through the Christ, right? And now there's a lot of interpretations of what that could be. Jesus Christ, the Christ consciousness, some kind of higher energy or a higher frequency, but I think it all comes down to one thing. So I think that there's always hope, always. But you do need to, how do I say this? I guess just be aware, right? Like know about the stuff that black pills you. Be black pill, but at the same be gray pill, right? I just want to say be black pilled at the same time, be white pilled.
I like
Hard
that.
to,
So it's a
yeah,
white
man.
pill with a black pill.
Basically,
I
yeah, yeah.
respect that. And I think that's great. I
Thanks,
think
man.
that's important. Very lucky to have somebody in your life that is into this stuff because the stuff you're digging into, it would just, most people can't even comprehend it. How
Yeah.
deep it is, the ancient gods. Like I was on Rogan, I was talking about, I do believe what we're seeing right now are the old gods wanting to come out and play. Like they're tired of sitting in the background. They're tired of playing the game of hide and go seek with them. I think they're just ready to just be fully out in the open and get back to being worshipped. Like the Zoroastrianism gods and all that stuff and all the some of the stuff you talked about. So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, yeah, dude. The Sumerian pantheon, throughout all these pantheons, and if this is these beings and they're aliens, if you don't believe in aliens and you think space is fake and gay, they are interdimensional beings. They could be ancient beings. There's the theory that it's a lot older. This Earth's a lot older than we know. Also, archetypes, spirits that people could inhabit, right? Or they could inhabit a certain collective of people through some kind of thought pattern or consciousness, right? Like these. I don't know if I can cuss on here. Can I cuss?
No.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
These
Andy.
fucking
we just said your wife's
leftist
hot. You can
retards.
do whatever you want.
These leftist retards, especially when it comes to the feminism aspect, it's completely the spirit of Lilith, right? Which relates directly to Ishtar and her sister Erishkigal, Persephone, kind of these fallen female deities. Um, and as well as the manosphere, so to say, a lot of these guys, I mean, they're not that cool, right? I mean, I don't really like the whole red pill community thing. I call me crazy,
Well,
but
I mean,
I think
I
it's kind of
think,
gay,
well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, if you want to get into psyops, calling that group a red pill is a really great way of turning at least the female demographic off. Because
Exactly.
let's face it, the progressives have controlled a large portion of the female population through these depopulation agendas, feminism, all that stuff. And when a woman doesn't have children, and some people can't, but when they end up not having children, they put that motherly instinct into something, and that becomes society. And they start wanting to, nurture what they see as disenfranchised groups like trans children who aren't even a real demographic
Right.
unless you're in Hollywood, and then you could have three trans kids, which is astronomically impossible. To have three trans kids is like getting hit by lightning at the same moment you win the lottery. So it's like
Absolutely.
it's insane. So yeah, I'm totally you're totally right with that. It's like this push of this agenda onto people.